I have peered from the casement in wonder at the mouldering meadows around, at the many-roofed village laid under the curse of a grave-girdled ground, and from rows of white urn-carven marble I listen intently for sound.
Welcome to part 4 of the tier list preview of the April 1926 issue of Weird Tales magazine on the Century Read Weird Tales show. That is a tongue twister. I'm non-Euclidean Chris, and I'm here with my partners in theosophical exploration, Cyclopean Chris, Chthonian Finn, and Darksome Marcus, broadcasting from 6 feet under to the 6 inches between your ears.
This is the podcast in which we go 100 years back in time and browse through the hoary and crumbling pages of the publication Weird Tales magazine, sitting in the newsstands of April 1926. So, as a refresher, we've divided up all the stories in the April issue, and randomly each of us has been assigned 4 stories to summarize in a paragraph or 17. So you, our cherished listeners, can also be familiar with the stories available in this zine.
For each story, after we do the summary, we're going to give that story a tier list rating. And it's the usual tier list formula, right? You know, you got your F tier, which means it was a complete waste of time, or worse. D tier means, yeah, that was pretty bad. C tier means, yeah, it was okay. It was not bad. That was acceptable. Commercial fiction. B tier means, yeah, that was pretty good. A tier means it was a banger. S tier, superior tier, spectacular, top 2%. And if anything comes along that deserves it, we might add a god tier. But we didn't when we did The Outsider, so probably we're not going to do that. Because if we were gonna, we would have done it then.
Probably.
And as usual, we aren't telling each other what our tier ratings are in advance. We'll be learning how good or bad each other's tastes and stories is in real time in the show, and sometimes get crucified by each other. Last
You guys all suck. You're wrong.
It's not like I gave it 3 grades above the rest of you. I went a little higher.
You know, sometimes you're in the mood for crappy stuff, and it can be a B tier.
Why I eat Taco Bell. I know it's not good for me. I know it's not going to fill that.
You know what it is going to fill, though? The toilet bowl.
Like most of these stories.
Oh,
yeah.
Last week was certainly an example of that, but I think it's going to be great fun this week. I hope.
Last week wasn't even Taco Bell. Like, last week was like Jack in the Box back when they were poisoning people. Remember that? Like 20 years ago?
No. Rajneesh Param.
Right. This is.
There you go.
Yeah.
The salad bar. Yeah.
The 1970s.
Yes.
For more about that, listen to one of our many other Oregon podcasts.
Oregon Trail dysentery when they're shitting themselves to death.
You've died of dysentery. All right. We got bills to pay. So Cyclopean Chris is going to tell you about the first sponsor of this episode. Here it comes like a rabbit from a hat.
Hey, presto. Speaking of rabbits emerging from hats and lovely assistants emerging unharmed from being sawed in half, and similar feats of amazery, this episode's sponsor is the Douglas Magic Co. of Dallas, Texas. They are offering a free book of magic. They want you to amaze and mystify your friends. Be a man of mystery. Fool your friends. I cannot read that. Earn money it. No, I can't read it.
It looks like clubs and parties.
Yeah, we are reading the ads out of the magazine.
Easy to learn. Right today for a free 54-page copyrighted book that explains
23, I think.
23
maybe that's
tricks
33.
You can do.
See, nobody can read it.
I'm better than, of course, I have glasses. Together with illustrated novelties at lowest prices.
No
So
obligations.
they want you to write to them for their free 56-page copyrighted catalog.
Yeah,
Wait,
why aren't they
is that
just
what this
sending it
is?
out?
Wait, are they
If it's
not
free.
talking about Magic the Gathering? Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah. Amaze friends, fool others. Okay.
Be a loner all your life.
I
yeah,
love
if you
the guy on the book, though.
uh-huh.
Looks like
Yeah,
a
the
mix
Joker.
of Guy Fawkes and the Joker.
Yeah.
Actually, what it looks to me
Or
like
the
is
vampire.
Anthony Hopkins with that mask on.
Oh,
Oh.
No, I
Hello,
do have to
Clarice.
say though, if you want to
Can I
never
picture
get
that?
invited to parties again, try to earn some money at the next one you get invited to. Hey, everybody.
I was at a bar once where a guy was going table to table trying to do a disappearing floating dollar trick, and then he was asked to leave. So because he was bothering people at every table. All right, now that we've got the bills paid,
hey, I bet I can make this pencil disappear.
God, let's start off with a quick overview of the table of contents.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. That was a shock in the theater. Just the ones we're going to be covering today. By the way, we've got the table of contents posted in the show notes for you, and you can find the complete show notes at centuryread.pulp-lit.com. I got my dashes and dots in the right order.
Yay!
All right,
I'm
I'll
gonna move that
start.
over, but yeah.
The Mummy's Foot by
Foot fetish.
Théophile Gautier. Hermonthis, Princess of Egypt, returns for her lost foot.
Oh, like Cinderella.
Yes.
Yeah, hobble up and see which foot is yours. The next story is Things That Are Gods by C. Franklin Miller. The Wolfman comes to his senses through a terrible crime. There
One
was
of these
no
things.
Wolfman.
There's
Like
no
the others.
Wolfman.
Yeah.
You'll be
The
howling
Yellow
for this one.
Spectre by Stuart Van der Veer. An old Spanish prison, a terrified bride, the ghost of a Chinaman. The most offensively racist story in this episode. And that
Yellow
is saying
Or
a
in this
lot.
issue.
Is
Yeah.
it because it has something to do with
Yes, this issue
the
I meant.
stained sheet?
No.
We're not going to talk about
That's not the
stains.
Yellow
We'll
Spectre we're
see.
talking about?
Yeah,
No, you'll
No,
see.
no, wait, I got another one. The Klansman that wet the bed. Yes!
This is actually going to be worse than that idea.
I think it is. Yes,
Yes.
I really
Yeah.
think it is.
What?
If anybody is familiar with the basic bones of the Curse of Yig, the ghost-written story by H.P. Lovecraft that was put out under the auspices of, I think it was Zealia Bishop. It's basically the same story, only more offensive.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I'm
Yeah,
going to go rush out and buy my copy right away.
But it's definitely less offensive. Wait. No.
More offensive.
More offensive. Thank you. More offensive than The Glacial Load by Soupy Sam. Oh, wait, no. Soapy Sam was balmy. So his friends thought. Oh, so his friends thought.
Yeah.
I thought so his friends thought.
So his friends thought they would do something with him. Yeah.
That's definitely going to be a fun story. And one I actually read, by the way, just so people start going, oh, did you read this one? Yes, I did.
Well, you always tell them that you didn't read it. If you just pretended, they wouldn't know.
Well, this
You
is
know,
an
I'm just
April
gonna-
problem. Next
I'm
month,
gonna
we're going to
s-
have plenty of time. It's
Next
going to be
month,
great.
Marcus will
Yeah.
read everything like
I've got
everybody else.
nothing going on in May at all. It's going to be
no,
perfect.
no. All right. Without further ado, it's time for our summaries and tier list ratings. So I'm going to start with The Mummy's Foot. If you can guess by the humor I use on the show, this story is going to be one of my favorites. All right, we open on a weird junk store in Paris. Where else would you rather go in Paris? Where our narrator has stopped in looking for something interesting to hold his papers down when the wind blows. Yes,
Okay.
he went to a store in Paris to find a paperweight, and he settles on a mummy's foot because that makes just as much sense That's everything that's happened to this point, which the proprietor of the shop has at hand. It is an actual human foot, and the proprietor charges him 5 lousy dorks. No, wait, how's that pronounced?
Louis d'Or.
Louis
Yeah.
d'Or.
Yeah.
For this
Golden
ancient
Louis.
appendage.
For this human foot he has on hand.
And they have a fun back and forth where the merchant is like, "Oh, the Princess Hermonthis. Her father loved her so much, he'd be mad if I gave away her foot for this much," like he knew the guy. And the narrator's like, "That's weird, but whatever," and then still just buys the foot for $5.
As
Back
you do.
home.
Weird ass Frenchies.
Yes.
Oh, there goes half our listener base.
We do real big over there. Back home, our narrator goes out to dinner, has a few drinks, comes home, and the whole place smells like dead girlfoot, which apparently is a kind of pleasant jasmine scent. Not at all what I would have expected.
No.
Not what it smelled like in the trunk of my car.
I was going to say, I'll be right back. I got to go ask my wife a question. Honey, if I chop your foot off, is it going to smell
Oh,
like...
Jesus.
So, anyway,
I just almost sprayed down my equipment.
I know, I'm still cleaning up the stuff from last episode. All right.
Can I hit everybody tonight? That'd be fan-fucking-tastic.
Are you out of incense? Chop off a...
All right, so he has a dream, and in it, a beautiful girl hobbles into the room. I mean, she's literally wobbling on a foot and a stump. She is sadly talking to her foot, which is kind of hopping up and down, but it won't return to her body because it's been bought and paid for and is now owned by our narrator. So he kind of jumps up and decides to give the foot back to the princess as a present. She screws the foot on and starts jumping around, and then trades him with this tiny figurine that's like this green glass thing, takes it off her neck and puts it on his stack of papers. So he's got another priceless artifact as a paperweight. Then she takes his hand.
It doesn't smell as nice, though.
No, not that we are aware of. They do a Wonder Woman spin that results in them transporter beaming into the Pharaoh's tomb.
What?
Where everyone is very chuffed at the restoration of the princess's foot. And there's like people there from all over the place too. It's not just ancient Egyptians in there. He sees all kinds of dead folks hanging out. It's
What
like
weird fever dream is this?
cool afterlife. So the Pharaoh offers the narrator.
JFK.
Right. The Pharaoh offers the narrator whatever he wants as a reward. So, of course, he asks for the hand of the princess, not her physical hand. He wants to marry her.
Well, I wonder if it smells good.
Oh,
You just put her hand somewhere.
smells like lilac.
So the Pharaoh points out that there's some problematic age gap going on here because just like Bella Swan lusting after 104-year-old Edward, this guy's like 27 and the princess is 3,000 years old. And then he wakes up because it was all a dream. But I do love that they were concerned about the age gap between a corpse and a grown man.
Okay, points.
So was
There
it
is
really a
consent in
dream?
Boston saying.
Was it really a dream? Because the floral scented corpse part was gone from his paper stack, replaced by the little green glass necklace. Mon Dieu! What happened?
Hijo de la puta madre.
All right.
You
know what?
Drink it.
This one had, I'm using the term loosely, but it had some horror elements, but it was definitely comedic, and it knew that. I felt like it was like a horror comedy. I'd give it a B.
Well,
It was goofy in the right way,
when
like
your story's
intentionally.
when your story's called The Mummy's Foot, there's a certain level of expectation you've got to have.
Yes, and there was consensual necrophilia, but just like the posters of Jesus, didn't you forget to ask someone else for consent? The dad said no.
Right. I'm afraid I put this one in the S tier.
You did.
I really enjoyed this story.
I mean, it was good. Like
I
won't begrudge you that. It
I
was
had a great
fun.
I had a great ride. I thoroughly enjoyed this story. It did not annoy me in any way. I mean, I'm not sure, given what it was trying to do and be, I'm not sure that it could have been better other than being written by somebody who wasn't French. But, you know, being
No, it was good. I
I don't
don't think that's an unfair
French
rating.
people, but most
That's where my last name came from.
most Penny Dreadful era English people did. So some of that Francophobia is maybe absorbing it a little bit. But yeah, S tier for me. What are the ratings for the rest of you guys?
I give it a B.
All right,
Right?
a nice sensible rating. Wrong, but nice and sensible. Marcus.
Oh, the Chris Front reunited.
Just say, okay, so we have B, S.
Yeah, that's the entire story right there.
That's
BS.
the story. Mhm. That looks like a 3.75, which is high B tier, I think.
I like
high B.
I like the fact that the ending was. You know what? Just bump me to S. I can't.
Ooh.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, it is a very satisfying. Like you said, doesn't. It knows what it is. You have to know what you are. If your story's name is The Mummy's Foot,
Quentin Tarantino's The Mummy.
it wasn't.
Suck it, Chris's. This story's in the A tier now.
It wasn't over.
I don't have a problem with that. I felt like I had been over generous lately.
I think the biggest thing for me is the fact that this was actually, because we've had a lot of endings where we go, you know, it could have been better or it could have been explained more. But this one had an excuse to not.
This one did.
Have to
It ended
explain.
right.
Yeah,
And with the question in the air, it's like, it was a dream, but wait a minute, where the hell did that come from? And where's my dead girl foot that I bought?
That's
and
the only
paid
way
for?
it was a dream ever works.
Yeah,
Is that
Why
they're
doesn't
like,
my
"Wait a
house
minute,
smell like jasmine anymore?
who took my foot?"
yeah. I gotta say, I can't. I wasn't disappointed with this. Like, I don't know. I like I said, originally I was gonna go A, but I think Finn convinced me. It's just a solid story.
Yeah. Well, I think you're wise to come around to my way of thinking.
Wisdom beyond your years.
Wise
Let you
to
marry a
flop in that
3,000
direction.
All right, so we're going from a story that has earned an A tier between all of us to one that I don't think is going to. Chris, you want to tell us about it?
Oh, this one's definitely an S tier story right here.
Oh God, you guys are making me rethink my rating. All right, go read it. Let's go. We're gonna be
Things
fighting
That
over
Are
this one
Gods by C. Franklin Miller. Things That Are Gods is a story of a young man who grows up hearing he is trouble. He is destined to be evil. Nobody will ever love him. But his mother proves that wrong by loving him in only the way a mother can. But his pride takes over, and out of his own fear, he turns to a life of wickedness. He is found out after causing destruction and not a few deaths in the town that he lives in, arrested by an arrogant detective and thrown in prison to molder and stew in his thoughts of revenge. After 10 years, he escapes from prison and sets about completing his plan for revenge against the said detective. The first step is to find an innocent victim to kill. He breaks into somebody's apartment in the middle of the night, and as these things are all poor people, I mean, it's like this complex of poor people, you know, no value. He robs the little old lady of consciousness before he robs her of her life. I mean, that's the only thing she has. In the darkness, he dismembers the body and shoves it into 2 cases over the next day. couple days. He leaves arms and legs about to be found by this detective. But when he opens the second case, days later, the head that rolls out stops against his feet, and it just happens to be the only person that ever truly loved him. So, in this story, he ends up killing his own mother.
Yeah.
He was not a wolf man.
He was not a wolfman. I don't understand where they get that. He didn't have a tail.
All right,
Okay.
so what's the verdict on this one?
I really enjoyed the setting. I enjoyed the way he writes this, or whoever this is, the C. Franklin Miller. I enjoy the way they write. So I ended up giving it a C because I think it's just average, but at the same time, there's a lot of possibility there. He really goes into depth about, or he could have gone deeper, I think, into personality, but he didn't. Anyway.
I gave it a
C
C too, actually, but I think I might revise that upward. And the reason is, I feel like this could have been a really powerful story, but he handled it so, I don't know. I mean, we don't get the impression that the guy is confessing the sins of his errant youth. We kind of more like get him describing his adventures and then, kind of saying a few things that make it sound like he regrets some stuff. I mean, it didn't ring true to me. If it had rung true as a guy who literally had been arrested in the course of this revenge plot involving a senseless murder and outrolls the head of his mother, I mean, that had the potential to, that really had a lot of potential, and it was squandered. I'm sorry, just because.
That's why I gave it a C.
Yeah.
It could have been a great story.
I think it could have. I think it had the bones of a pretty damn good ride, but it was just clunky. So I am going to revise my estimate up, though. I'm going to give it a 2.5. So it's like a C plus tier.
Oh, interesting.
No.
Man.
Tell us, Chris.
I don't
Did you
know.
give it?
It's Marcus's turn.
Is
Let Marcus
it my
go
turn?
first.
Am I about to make Jerome real happy over there?
Maybe. You might.
I'm gonna give it an A.
Wow. Okay.
Here's the thing. You want to know
4
what that?
stars.
Yeah. So the ending. As soon as I learned about the ending, my thought immediately went to the movie adaptation of Sweeney Todd. I love it when they do, because honestly, this isn't actually done that often. I'm actually kind of surprised at how little this trope is actually played on in like movies and stories. The fact that okay, the only thing you guys kind of touched on I can agree with is just the fact that it's okay. So he's basically, think of it in real life terms where, okay, you're young, you're told that you're never going to amount to anything, society shuns you, whatever, regardless of the fact that your mother loves you to no end. You still think that you are just destined to fail all your life, so you just go ahead and just roll with it. The part that is kind of weird to me is the fact that it's but it also kind of has to happen in order to drive the plot forward, so I guess I don't know how you would write it, is just the fact that it's oh, I did bad things because I feel people say I'm going to do the bad thing, so I did the bad thing, and now I'm mad that I got caught and thrown in jail for doing the bad thing. And now it's this detective's fault, so now I'm going to go on a quest to absolutely make his life a living hell. But yeah, could have this whole story been expanded on more? Yes, but the nice thing is we do have really good stories that you just listen to this and go, oh, that reminds me of that story where it was done really well.
Fair enough.
So, and you figure this is much earlier into what we've got today. So yeah, the fact that he's okay, I'm just going to blindly go on a war path against this detective.
See, and I could have bought that, but it just didn't feel like he was inhabiting this character. It felt like it didn't ring true to me. If that character would have rung true as a guy who had this shock that had recontextualized his entire previous life, and now he's filled with regret and is ready to be punished and ready to expiate his sins as best he can and stuff like that. But I didn't get that from it.
It's because it only the author only contributes one single sentence to that whole change, and that's I think
trying to get the twist, the shock and awe at the end.
Yeah, he probably was afraid of giving it away too early, but still, I mean, we needed to be able to believe in this character's, not redemption, but regret. And I didn't believe in his regret until after the final twist. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it, but I didn't feel it.
But does he really regret the other murders and stuff, though?
No, not at all.
No, he regrets murdering his mother because
and that I could buy that, but I don't feel like that made him regret his whole life up to that point. He just realized maybe how far he's fallen, but I don't think he necessarily feels bad about all the other horrible shit.
No, I don't either. Because again, it's that frame of mind where he's like, well, everybody in my life, aside from my mother, has told me I'm just going to be good for nothing, worthless. So
right, because he has ancestry that was a murderer, right?
It's something like
his
that.
His grandpa or uncle.
If he would have written this story right, I would have been all over the S tier with it.
Oh, same.
But he blew it. And I'm disappointed. My disappointment is coloring my assessment of the story.
I will say, the end of Sweeney Todd, he did not have much time to react to finding out he killed his own wife either. Spoiler alert, I guess. It's been decades.
What? He kills his wife?
Well, in the book, Sweeney Todd wasn't married, but...
No. Which is fascinating to, listen to the old story and watch the movie over and over again and go, wow, all the weird differences and also similarities. And I love the fact that the judge that oh my god, Alan Rickman plays is named Dick Turpin, but it has nothing to do with Dick Turpin, the Penny Dreadful, which I thought was a missed opportunity. But I know we're not talking about Sweeney Todd here. We're talking about
well, quit beating around the bush, Marcus. What's your rating?
It is A. I do it for all the reasons you guys said. It would be an S tier for me if those weren't it. But honestly, I like it a lot. I love and that
it's an entertaining story.
That shock ending is like, oh, you were so blind.
Effective.
Yeah, it was a good moral. You were so blind to everything, to buy everything, that you didn't appreciate the thing that was in front of you this whole time. You could have had your mom all this time, but instead you bought into what everyone said. You did horrible things. You went to jail. You lost 10 years, and then you lost even more because during that time, presumably, without you there, her life is in shambles. She gets poor and is in this, workhouse or whatever it is, beyond recognition, just like in Sweeney Todd, and he kills her, and he literally loses the last thing good in his life because he let all of the bad things cloud his judgment. So it's a great
mom's fault for not training him to become a serial killer.
There we go. There we go.
All right. So our average on this one is 3.125, 3.25 stars, which places it in the higher echelons.
We got one more though.
Tier.
We have one more.
You haven't got me to give up my.
We don't want to hear Chris's rating.
Didn't you just say it was an A tier for you?
No, that was
Marcus.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I just marked down the A thing in two different spots. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's fair. So all my notes I put down right after I read the story. That's like walking right out of the theater. I'm still on the high of the twist. I did give it an S, okay? I said it was like Norman Bates if it had been written by Poe. After listening to the rest of you talk about it, I feel like maybe I was smoking something. But man, initial right off the page, I was like, damn, that was really good.
It is. Yeah, that is very good.
I gave it an S. I'm going to stay true to what I put down, even if it's wrong.
No, it's not. I don't think it's
All
wrong
right,
at all.
man.
Like I said, I really wanted to give it an S, but there are some things that bump it down just enough, but it's not at all bad for me anyway.
Yeah. So, mission accomplished. Okay, so this
Yay.
story that brings it up to 3.375, which is the lower end of the A tier. So yeah. I guess we broke our crap streak from last week.
Hey.
Yeah.
Speaking of crap streak.
Oh,
Oh, do you need a break?
God. Are we allowed to give negative numbers in terms of star ratings? Because I'm ready
Maybe.
for it.
Maybe. You got to call it the name you've been calling it in chat.
I see Dorkly on the script, so I'm already.
All right, hang on. I got to grab my script and bring it up here so that I'm not like staring at my feet while I tell you about it. But yeah, I'm our next excrescence is called The Yellow Spectre. It was written by someone who calls himself Stuart Van der Veer. And who knows who that is, but whoever it is, I'm going to dig him up and punch him.
Well, hopefully they're not watching.
Or maybe I'll just content myself with pissing on his grave. Anyway, the story starts with our narrator meeting an acquaintance named Alan Darkley, who I'm hereafter going to refer to as Dorkley, on Canal Street in Nolens, and noticing that he looks terrible. Dorkley invites him to come over to his apartment, and then we flash back to how the acquaintance was made the previous winter, when the narrator was a supercargo, which apparently is some kind of
It's a position on
officer
a ship. Yeah.
in charge of the cargo on a banana tramp steamer, when the son of the steamer's owner and his new bride come aboard to honeymoon. And the two of them are sweet summer children, in love with the world and in love with each other, and swooning over the beauty of the scenery and being buoyant and cheerful enough to give everyone a big old headache. When they heard about the legend of the old Spanish prison where a Chinese man had been starved to death and left for the vultures to eat as punishment for being a thirst trap for the ladies, well, they were eager to see it. Well, the spot was supposedly haunted by the Chinese guy, who somehow had unlocked his shackles and hit the trail in the form of an ambulatory skeleton after the buzzards had eaten most of him. Well, Mrs. Dorkley, who seems to have been modeled on Ruth Wonderly, or maybe vice versa, she was the character that Bridget O'Shaughnessy was playing when she came to see and vamp and hopefully bamboozle Sam Spade in The Maltese Falcon. Anyway, she was over the moon at the chance to go and see the haunted spot where a guy was tortured to death. What fun! Better than My Favorite Murder episode. So when she arrives, she locks the shackle onto herself and says she's going to spend the night there so she can write about it for a magazine. Mr. Dorkley can bring a file in the morning and cut the chain off her, she says. Well, the next day... Yeah. The next day, she's a nervous wreck, and she moans, "He came! He came!"
Yeah, he did.
And she's not kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
As we shall soon hear.
She got boned.
Metaphone love.
It's like, yeah, the ghostly boning is not just a Star Trek The New
We
Generation thing.
keep talking about people fucking dead people.
Yeah, well, this is the first time we've talked about dead people fucking people, though. Anyway, so she continues, "The yellow
true.
man, eyes like a cat in the darkness, blah, blah, blah." And it's not entirely clear that she's still sane, so they cut her out of the shackles and get her the hell out of there. So now we flash back to the present, and Dorkley says his wife is at the hospital for some nervous condition, which basically means she's in the loony bin. And there in the living room, in a crib, is a developmentally disabled baby of obviously East Asian ancestry. That's right. The Chinese ghost knocked up Mrs. Dorkley while nobody was looking, and she was shackled to his, spot. Scandalous, huh? Are you not horrified, gentle reader?
I'm horrified that I read it.
I would love to have my time back that I wasted reading this piece of shit.
My. it is just I
It's
I
the
don't
worst
know.
story in this
In the-
episode.
I think
And
it's the
that's
worst story
saying
we've
a
ever
lot.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's bad.
it's bad.
And it's so manipulative, too. They're like, oh, look what beautiful people. It'd be a shame if anything would happen to them to make them lose their youthful exuberance, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be so tragic? Wouldn't you cry tears of pity, gentle reader?
This hits on literally every single bad thing you can like.
Oh, absolutely.
Like what is it? Not oh my god, against women.
Well, it's very misogynistic. We have
Misogynistic,
sexual
thank you.
violence,
Yeah.
racism.
Ableism.
Yeah.
I want to write a story just like it.
It'll be a bedtime story to tell my
I
children.
feel like this is like super racism. I mean, it's not even
Super racist.
It's not even just
like
racism.
super AIDS, guys.
I mean, it's like you could just fill up the entire page with N words and
Dude,
you know.
just the last paragraph that you wrote.
Well,
A
and they
crib is a developmentally disabled baby who's Asian.
and that's obviously the nice way to say what it says in the thing.
Oh,
They did the same thing
Mongolian.
as our
Oh
they
my
call it
goodness, it's a
Mongolian, just like
retarded
the last-
Mongolian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it was terrible.
Oh my god!
Shit.
I need to
I'm so
wash
sorry.
my mouth off with
I was-
wash my mouth out with reducing soap after that line.
Right?
Why?
Yeah.
Like,
Let's.
it's so-
No, we should use some reducing soap on the episode itself.
All right.
God, no
This
kidding.
this is absolutely an F tier story for me. It would be probably a Q or an R probably if I could go that far down in the alphabet. I would burn this story with fire. I'm just not. No, this does not need to exist in the world.
It's a terrible story. And anybody who gives it more than an F.
Well, no, somebody might. I mean,
It might
well,
show some promise.
I don't know. I mean, we don't want to insert any like peer pressure into this. It might have worked for somebody. It
I
did
already-
not work for me.
I already have my dark joke in the pipe, gentlemen. So
Whoa.
whenever you're ready for it,
Oh God.
I'll fire when ready, Marcus.
the mentally challenged Mongolian rape baby deserves an F.
No argument here.
Absolutely
Yeah.
atrocious.
Why wasn't that the title?
Well, it will be when we republish this episode.
Oh my god!
We'll just repurpose that into the title.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you took out the super racism, the dialogue was almost so bad it was good. Like this could have been cheesy if they knew what they were doing,
I don't
but
think
they
so,
didn't.
dude.
No.
It was
no.
like they were ironically expecting us to.
Yes,
You
I
know,
think
I mean,
there could have been a way by somebody who wasn't a racist to write the story in a way that wasn't horrible.
They
Obviously,
put-
that didn't happen, so it is an F.
They
I
put
just-
everything below a rich, old, straight white dude into a blender, and that's what this story is.
Yeah, it is a
Marcus,
horrible
what's
story.
your verdict?
It was F. It was F. Yeah.
For the first time
F's all
in
the way
the
down.
podcast history, and
Yeah.
for the first time in this edition of Weird Tales, we have a 0.0 star story.
Well deserved.
Rock bottom F tier.
Yep.
And I am very pleased with that outcome.
Oh, you mean F isn't good?
No, not at all.
Oh boy.
All right.
Well, now let's finish this off on a slightly happier note, shall we, Marcus? I think you've got a story that might not be an F tier story.
No, absolutely not. I'll admit it was a little confusing to read, and I will reiterate, I did actually read this story. Perhaps Finn's synopsis will shed light on my confusion. But no, it was not a bad story by no means. But let's get into it. So, the glacier load. Soapy Sam was balmy. So his friends thought. By Strickland Gillian something. We open on a mining community, apparently in the Klondike. Because yes, normally I soap. God, I
So
associate
much
weird.
soap.
I associate weird tales with like Victorian London, and a lot of weird tales coming from or weird stories coming out of Europe. So I mean that's not the case. We just had one from the bayous, but I was reading this. I'm like, why does this read like it's a western? And then I realized, oh, because it is. So anyway, the color is playing out all around, but there is one claim that everyone figures has probably still got lots of good gold in the ground. Unfortunately, it's owned and maintained by a crazy guy named Soapy Sam, who patrols it regularly, and crazy or not, he's a crack shot with a rifle. So, no one dares try and jump his claim. And every time someone tries to talk him into selling it, he placidly hears them out, seems convinced, reaches out and takes the pen to sign the claim over, and then goes, "Oh, I can't. I'm not allowed to sell it or let it to anyone." One day, a sharp character named Carol blew into the Diggins from Chicago and makes it his special purpose in life to wear Soapy Sam down and buy his mind from him for cheap. He becomes very frustrated. Finally, Carol tries to do some digging on the sneak, and out of freaking nowhere, Soapy Sam gets the jump on him and shoots his right earlobe off. At least he actually hit this one.
As opposed to Mussolini's nose.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, but alas, it is not conspiracy theory hour. So, anyway, after that, Carol isn't seen for a space, but finally he comes back and renews his campaign. "Mr. Carroll, it's like this," Soapy Sam says. "I haven't seen anything in this head of mine except one thing. I know that claim mustn't be worked. I don't know what I'm waiting for, though it's something." Carol goes away, chugs a bunch of whiskey, as one does, comes back, and when he gets the same answer again, whips out a billy club and beans Soapy with it, knocking him unconscious, as you do in the Great Western Frontier, assuming that's where this takes place, although it's very likely it does. Everyone else in the bar jumps up and chases him off the diggings, shouting, "And stay out!" and comes back to see how Soapy is doing. He's still out like a light. Next morning, though, the lights are back on. All of them. He's different. Eloquent. Intelligent. Poised. No longer the village idiot. No longer looking like, what's-his-face from, Lost City of Atlantis. The cook! Cookie! He doesn't look like Cookie anymore. The doctor explains that Soapy, whose name is Sam Raymond, has been a surgeon who had gone with his father to prospect. His father had gone under a big cliff just after saying, "We will hold on to this, my son. Wait for me. I'll be out in a minute." Then the cliff collapsed on him, smashing him flat.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. And a rock.
Famous last words.
And a rock bounced off of Sam's noggin, and when he came to, his brain didn't work. The knockout on the nut from Carol's club had restored his senses to him. A few days later, Soapy catches Carol trying to jump his claim again. Carol, who thought that knock on the nut was a settler, thinks he's a ghost for some reason.
Well, he thought he'd killed him with the
Oh,
club.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when Soapy realizes who he is, he drops his rifle and hugs him and deals him in on the claim as a thank you for restoring his senses to him with that billy club.
And they get married, and
That's how this story would go in real life.
And they lived happily hallmarky ever after.
Broke back load.
Oh,
God!
That's a gay glacier right there.
You're going to find out why they called him Soapy.
Ah!
God!
Oh, Christ.
That's not soap.
no, it's from what he kept dropping in prison.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
And what are we going to rate this one?
I gave it an A.
That was a good story.
It was a good story.
I I mean, this is the story that I expected from Seabury Quinn. This is the story quality level I expected from Seabury Quinn of just a fun, goofy, humorous, reasonably competently written A-tier story.
Yeah, like a Looney Tunes cartoon. You know?
Yeah. Yosemite Sam, rootin' tootin'. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so I'm an A. Marcus is an A. What do you guys say?
I also gave it an A.
Sweet.
And
And
just
so,
like straying from the pack again.
Uh-oh.
I gave it a C. I thought it was just okay. It was just kind of boring.
Oh,
I
me, it
wanted
was-
more
it was like
weird in
high
my weird
B.
tale.
it was a Western. I mean, it's a little bit of a fish out of water, so that's fair. But we end with a 3.5 then with those figures, and that's that's not nothing. That's basically that's a B plus / A minus, essentially.
All right.
Which that's yeah.
I won't club anyone in the head for that rating, I guess.
Well,
You know
if
what?
you did, we'd
I
give you
helped
a
you
hug
earlier,
and deal you
okay?
in on the claim.
Yeah.
We wouldn't tell anybody. Your secret's safe with us.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, it looks like it is.
Time for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yay!
And this is for the 6th and 7th book of Moses,
Oh,
which
boy.
I have never heard of.
Isn't that from Whence All Horrors Have Their Birth?
I have no idea, but it's the Miracle Spirit Arts. 75 cents. Of course, you know, the spirit, the spirit art mysteries of the universe. Of course, it's going to cost 75 cents, right?
Yeah. Well,
That's 66 cents.
or you could
Apparently-
always donate it a 747.
Of course,
that works
Egyptian
too.
Secrets is part of this, because why not?
Right?
Mhm.
Six and 7th books of Moses about magical spiritual arts, 75 cents, and they will send you a lovely book written by Albert Magnus. Are you interested in Egyptian secrets? Send 75 cents for your copy. No?
Damn.
Well, how about the secret book of black arts?
I'd rather cheat at cards. Can you help me with that?
Maybe.
Yay! Send $1, or if you, don't. How about, I am so mixed up here. This is so hard to read. I can't, my eyes are bad apparently.
It is very, it's not very good.
6 decks for $15?
Oh, God.
It's bigger.
Surprise!
Read the backs. Well, now I
Oh
can
my
read
God.
everything. Secret key with every deck. So apparently,
Secret key, sweet.
this place has a bunch of books you can write to and learn the secrets of the universe, and I can't read their writing, so it doesn't matter.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
I don't
figured
want
it
the
out for
secrets
you.
of the universe. I just want to steal all my friends' money by playing with marked cards.
Right.
Can you help me out?
You can get 6 decks for $5.
Well, hot diggity. I can turn that $5 into several $1,000s if I go to Vegas with those. Well, maybe
No.
not.
Turn it into a grave.
Sold for magic use only.
End up in the trunk of a freaking Lincoln Town car is what I would do.
Out in a hole in the desert.
Yes.
$5 hole in the desert. Don't believe you can. Just send your money to American Sales Company.
Yeah.
In Springfield, Illinois, because they apparently don't care about you.
Yeah, but they'll definitely help you cheat at cards.
Well, yeah.
Whew. All
Sorry
right.
about that.
Well, so let's take a look at our tier sheet. It was definitely less slim pickings than it was last time. The Mummy's Foot, and seriously, I have major warm fuzzies for that story, which is why I give it an S tier. But I was dragged down by the wet towel Chris's.
By two-thirds of the clan.
We gotta keep being
So that one landed
Traumatized.
solidly in the A tier with a 4-star total. With Things That Are Gods by C. Franklin Miller, the all too horrifying horror story, which, yeah, me and Cyclopean Chris both thought kind of sucked, but you guys kind of liked it. So it ended up in the, let's see, 3 3/8 stars, which puts it in, I'm going to say, the high end of the B tier. Next, we have The Yellow Spectre by Stuart Van der Veer, which no one would favor with any fraction of a star. So it comes in at a straight-up 0, F tier. Everyone who read it wishes that they had spent their time scratching their asses instead. Everyone who didn't read it is congratulating himself on a good decision to not read that story. Yeah, so gentle reader or listener, if you're tempted to pull it up and read it,
don't.
No.
Just
don't.
say no. Just say no. And finally, The Glacier Load, which I loved, and I really should have given it an S tier probably, but it didn't really deserve one. So what the hell? It comes in at 3.5 stars with 3 A's and 1 C. 3.5 stars puts it in the high end of the A tier, just kissing at the foundations of the S tier.
Fuck you, Peter.
No, wait, it doesn't. No, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. The S tier is 5, so 3.5 is, it's at the high end of the A tier.
Okay, good.
No, the low end of the A tier.
Stop it. Just leave it alone.
God dang it. I'm so confused. Anyway, yeah. It was a pretty good
Math
story.
should not be this difficult.
It did already, yeah. It shouldn't, but you know what? It is. So, I mean, we live in a fallen world, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, some good stuff. And, I mean, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll hurl this time.
Yeah. No kidding.
We did.
We sure did. But thankfully, or sadly, or somewhere in between, that's it for this episode of the Century Read Weird Tales Show. You'll find us wherever you get your podcasts, dropping 4 shows a month, each one exploring a different short story from the issue of Weird Tales magazine that was on the newsstands 100 years ago today, along with Eldritch Poetry, funny ads, and other tidbits of fun published in our favorite pulp magazine.
Our theme music is by Maxim Kornishev. It's a track called Night Radiance, and you can... Maxim is the king of this kind of atmospheric music. If you're not following him on Spotify or Bandcamp, you're missing out. Kornysev.
Why is your name Aqua Squishy on the Google Docs is what I want to know. That is the great mystery.
That has been my name, my online name for like 20 years now.
That's great. You know what else is great? The fact that Century Read is part of the Oregon Voices Network. Nailed it! And you can find all of our podcasts like Welcome to Oregon, a Oregon History and Lore podcast, along with its subsequent episodes in the feed Welcome to Oregon Live, Offbeat Oregon, and Penny Dreadful Story Hour, books, socials, Patreon, and more. Speaking at www.oregonvoices.net. Speaking of which, if you love what you hear and want to support us and get extra content, sign up for our $5 Patreon tier at patreon.com/Oregon Voices Network.
But just by following our show on Spotify or giving it a rating on Apple Podcasts, it's a huge help in getting the word out about the show. Or better yet, write a review. Also, if you want to get directly in touch, hit us up at century.reads@gmail.com.
Yeah, you can rate us all at an A, or if you're like Peter Bell, you can, give us all a C.
And I would like to point out that if you are watching or listening to us sometime before probably June of 2026, you can consider yourself an OG, because we just launched this thing.
Yeah.
And we think it's got legs, and we think people are going to love it. And if you discovered it early, don't be a stranger.
It's got short legs, but they're there.
No feet.
It's like a dachshund.
No
Super
feet.
cute.
Love dachshunds.
We don't smell like jasmine in the room.
Yeah, that's right.
We also
we
won't
haven't-
bite your ankles.
That's true. Maybe we should. Next time you hear our voices, it will be a fresh month, May of 2026, which means we will be reading the May of 1926 issue of Weird Tales. Between now and then, you might hear a couple of bonus episodes where we do some of the readings of our favorite stories from the month. So anyway, next month, again, May 1926 issue, and we've got some great stuff coming your way, although it's nowhere near as star-studded as this month was. Hopefully not as bad as well. We've got Bats Belfry by August Derleth, and I've got a lot of opinions about that guy. The Werewolf by H.P. Marriott.
Is there going to actually be a werewolf this time?
I sure
I don't
fucking hope so.
There hasn't
Across
been yet.
the Gulf by Henry S. Whitehead, and yet another deliciously pulpy Jules de Grandin Temu Sherlock Holmes banger from Seabury Quinn. We can't wait. We'll see you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mic drop.